Hello, good day, good evening. Welcome to Verbling. I am Teacher Oakley. Hi there. And for the next hour here on Verbling, we are going to be looking at some vocabulary to describe homes and apartments. And as well, we will practice a little conversational English by using that vocabulary to describe our homes. Pretty straightforward lesson. Anyway, that's the plan. We're going to start off doing a little mix and match exercise to describe different types of dwellings, another word for home or house, different types of buildings where people live. Dwellings, domicile. Okay. All right, let me start up by welcoming students to the class. Hello, Ha.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Hi. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Ha?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you from, Ha?
I'm from Vietnam. It's the first time I take class.
Okay. Well, welcome to class. Welcome to Verbling. And hi there. I'm Oakley. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the class.
Yes.
All right. I'll talk to you in just a little while. I would also like to welcome David. Hi, David. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Pretty good.
Great.
Yeah, I'm doing terrific. I have a reasonable number of classes today.
Wow.
So I feel
But that's
terrific.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So I'm
So
in a great mood. Thanks.
that will keep you busy, huh?
Yeah, well, and as opposed to 12 classes a day, I have like 6 or 7 classes. Nice, easy day.
Oh, wow.
Feel relaxed. Good.
Lucky you, huh?
Yeah, feel good. Anyway, welcome to the class. Hello, Victor as well. Hi, Victor. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. Not
Hi.
bad. A
Cool.
little tired.
All right. Okay. Well, good to have you in class again. And okay. Also, Ignacio has joined us. Hi, Ignacio.
Hey, teacher.
Hey there.
Pretty good. Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm really great. Feel terrific.
Great.
Okay. Let's get started. I'm going to do a screen share. We're going to do a simple and straightforward mix and match exercise. Vocabulary words and some pictures. Okay, let me quickly welcome Philip to the class. Hi, Philip.
Hi, teacher.
Hey there.
Good evening. Thank you.
Good morning. No, good afternoon. I don't know. Good something. All right.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Let's get started now. Okay, as we go along, in some of these cases, these are pretty much British names for different types of buildings where people might live. I will also be talking about in some cases, exactly the same in an American English. In some cases, we have slightly different words. Okay, just for an example, here are some of them: bungalow, semi-detached, barn, tower, etc. All right, what we're going to do is I'll have to scroll up. If you know it, then you know it. If not, I will scroll up and give you a second chance. We're going to look at the pictures one at a time. First of all, this building here on the left, the far left, the first picture to the left. Ha. Oh, Ha, are you there? Yeah. Ha. What is that building? What kind of building is that?
Yeah. It's kind of.
Here,
I don't know.
Can you see it okay?
Yes.
First one.
I can see, but I don't.
Not sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Very good. Yes, you do know. You see, you said you didn't know. You do know.
Yes.
That's correct. That's correct. Apartment block. Uh, okay. Very good. Now, ha. Slightly different for Americans. An apartment block for British people is just one big building with many apartments. An American would call this an apartment building, not an apartment block. An apartment block is a development that has 3, 4, 5, 6 different apartment buildings. Then I would, as an American, I'm American, I would refer to it as an apartment block, not necessarily one lone solitary building. Okay, of course, you can have apartments in an apartment block, in a large building, in a giant tall building, or even in a small house, maybe 2 or 3 apartments in one house. So apartment doesn't have to be in one of these giant, an apartment, sorry, doesn't have to be in one of these giant buildings. Do you live in an apartment or a house?
I live in a house.
Cool. Okay, that's the basic way we categorize buildings where people live. An apartment means many people live in the same building, simple.
Yeah.
Or a house, just you and your family. So just you and your family live in your house. Is that right?
Yes, I
Great.
live.
Nice. Okay. Later, we'll be talking about. I'll have you describe your house a little more for us. Okay, but first, I'm going to continue by talking to David. David, what's this? Okay, going from left to right. What's this next picture of here? You know what this is?
Yeah, it's a teepee.
It is a teepee. Okay, very good. Which I always misspell with 2 E's. Okay, but anyway. All right, it's a teepee. Who lives in a teepee?
Well, in the reservations, we have people who live in teepees, right?
Well, not anymore. No, but
They used to, but when you go to when you visit a reservation now, you usually go into a teepee.
yeah,
But I don't think Indian. I mean, how do you call it? Indians? No, Native Americans. Sorry, Native Americans live in a teepee anymore.
that's right. More politically correct to say Native Americans.
Native
but
Americans.
yeah, of course, in casual language, American Indians. Okay, this was a dwelling for Native American Plains Indians, the ones that lived in what is basically the Midwest part of United States now. And yeah, now you would see a teepee more as a tourist attraction, I think is what you're saying. Absolutely. Sometimes, however, kind of in the United States, kind of hippie kind of people might build a teepee to live in for a summer or something. As well as sometimes people will have a teepee as a sweat lodge. Do you know what a sweat lodge is? David? Do you know what I mean by a sweat lodge?
Lodge. It's like
Lodge.
a lodge, like a sauna or something.
Yeah, just like a sauna. Actually, yes, a sauna.
Okay.
That's right. Basically, you can use one of these as a sauna as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I've seen it used like that. All right, Victor. Next picture over, next to the teepee, to the right. What is this construction, do you think? Okay, let me scroll up so you can see. What do you think this is?
It's terraced house.
Sorry? A what?
It's a terraced house.
Terraced? Terraced.
Terraced.
Uh,
Terraced house.
not exactly. Actually, I'm not sure what this is. I can't really tell. It's not that great a picture, but not necessarily. It's not really a terraced house. Terraced house are when you have a row of buildings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and every building looks exactly the same, usually in a city or on the very edge of the city. You would see terraced housing. By the way, when we talk about houses in general, we can use the word housing. I don't think it's actually a terraced house. I can't really tell, to be honest, Victor, if it is what is called a detached house or a semi-detached house. I really can't tell. But a detached house, well, the word detached means not attached to something else. So it's just one house for one family. I think that's what it is in the picture. A detached house, I didn't know what this was. I had to look this up for the lesson because Americans don't call it a detached house. We call it a single family house or single family dwelling. Okay. All right. Anyway, single family house. Well, for obvious reasons, a single family would tend to live there in one house. I think that's what it is. I believe. But it may be attached to something else. Okay, in which case, it may be a semi-detached house. Again, Americans don't use this term. A semi-detached house is like one house that's split in two, usually left and right, but maybe front and back. So basically, in other words, usually two families live there. It's like a mirror image house where like two apartments, but they are exactly like mirror image to each other. And Americans don't, again, I did not even know this terminology, this vocabulary, detached, semi-detached. Americans call a semi-detached house a duplex. Very simple. It's a duplex. Du being a, prefix for two. So, okay, Victor, I don't know, it's not a great picture, but I can't tell if it's attached to the building behind it or not, frankly. So I'm a little confused with that picture as well. Victor, do you live in an apartment or a house?
In the house.
You live in a house as well. Okay, that's great. Okay, all right. Again, later we'll start talking about it a little bit. Okay, let's look at the next one, Ignacio. Let me quickly, actually, Ignacio, before I talk to you, let me quickly welcome V. Hi, V.
Hello, okay.
Hi, nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see
Okay,
you.
and also Ken. Hello, Ken.
Yes, hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay, Ignacio.
Yeah.
This fourth picture here, the one on the far right, what do you think that is?
Ooh.
What does that look like? And it's a little hard to tell, I know. I could try to make it bigger.
I think I'm gonna guess.
Okay, wait, let's see if I can make it bigger. It's hard to tell. There's that house. Oh,
Okay.
maybe that's something else, the last house. Okay, maybe that's a bungalow.
Bungalow?
No, not the last house. Maybe it's a bungalow.
Okay.
This house, what is this? There's somebody in there.
I don't really know. I don't. Well, it's so strange for me. So.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. No idea. Do you? I think. Sometimes it's hard to tell because there's a building can be a cross between two different styles. Ignacio, have you ever gone camping?
Yeah. And once.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
And where did you sleep?
It's like tent. Is it tent?
Yeah, I think it's a
Tent.
tent. Okay, I think
Yeah.
what we're looking at is a tent. It's a very nice tent. It's
It's
got a
a
little
big tent.
porch. It's a
I think it's a big tent.
it's a very big tent. It's even got
Yeah.
I mean, check it out. Do you know what this is called here? Coming up from the roof of the tent. See the black thing coming up?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what that's called?
Hmm. I don't know how to say.
Okay, it's got a little chimney coming up, which
Hmm.
means that
Yeah.
they have some kind of a stove in there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Styling.
Yeah.
They be
That's pretty
styling.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I never slept in a tent that was that sophisticated, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a British tent. American live. Yeah, our tents are much more primitive. Okay, I'm not sure, but okay. Thanks, Ignacio, for helping me figure that out.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Okay. Here we go. We may have to go back. think I made a mistake earlier. Philip, what is this building here?
I think it's a. Can I see the option?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. Hang on. Let me adjust that for you. Here you go.
Uh, is it tower?
Sorry? Tower?
Yes, tower.
I don't think it's a tower. A tower is long and narrow and high. I don't think I would describe it as a tower necessarily. It's basically a house, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Basically speaking. Okay. So the problem is with these houses, I think I made a mistake earlier. Terraced houses are all connected to each other. They share the wall with each other. Semi-detached is like one house, but that mirrors itself. All right. I think earlier I thought this was a detached house because it's by itself, but actually I noticed that it's only one floor. The one I was talking to Victor about, the third picture here. I think it's actually a bungalow. I think I made a mistake there. A one-floor house with no stairs, no second floor is a bungalow. Okay, so Philip, if that's a bungalow, what's this one? That one was a bungalow.
I don't know. Even the last one, I didn't understand what you said it was.
The last one? This one?
Yeah,
It's a tent. A tent.
Okay, yes.
A tent is a temporary structure generally made of some kind of cloth or material, not
Okay.
bricks or wood or tin. Basically cloth. The walls and ceiling are made of some type of material, cloth or nylon or something. Okay. All right. Now this one on the left here, I think this is a detached, what they would call a detached house, or what Americans would call a single-family house, or a single-family dwelling, or just a house. Actually, I think that's what I would call it anyway. Okay. All right, Philip, do you live in a house or an apartment?
Apartment.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
have enough money to have a house for my own.
Okay. Right. Not a lot of single houses in the middle of Montreal, in the middle of a city.
Yes.
Single family houses. Yeah, they're extremely rare, depending on the city. Okay, moving on. Let me quickly welcome Carolina to the class. Hi, Carolina.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm okay. Thank you. Welcome. Nice to see you again. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you.
This is my first visit again.
Okay. Your audio isn't entirely clear. I'm not sure what the problem is. I can hear you, but it's a little muffled. Like, little bit.
Yes, I
Uh,
know. I have to buy a new microphone.
oh,
Tomorrow
I
I
see.
will do it.
Okay. All right. That's your homework. V, let's look at the next one. This picture in the middle. What is that? This one I know what it is. Do you?
You know what it is, but I
Yeah.
do not. Is that shed?
It is a shed. A shed. A shed is another word for a shed or different sheds, like on a farm. You may see. We can call it an outbuilding. In other
Yeah.
words, it's not attached to the house. What do you put in a shed? V?
Your farm tools or equipment.
You put whatever you want in a shed. Uh,
But
okay.
I think it is like a store where you keep your tools.
Storage area
Yeah.
where storage. Yes, that's
So
right. You can see, if you look closely, you can see a shovel, a wheelbarrow, a rake. That's right.
there are so many items I don't know how to call.
Yeah, all of those kind of gardening tools,
Uh-huh.
lawnmower, maybe carpentry tools, maybe things to fix your car, what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
and I have a question that I
Sure.
usually know a bungalow is the house they built on a hill. So I usually thought that a bungalow is a hill villa, but in this case you said the third picture was a bungalow. So a bungalow is any house. It's
Yeah,
not.
okay. As far as what I looked at before class, a bungalow is just a relatively small one-story house. I didn't see anything about where it is. Um, okay. It's very British. Americans do not really, almost never use this word. A bungalow is what an American would call a camp. All right, a one-story house where you go on summer vacation. You have a camp by the lake. We don't call it a bungalow. Occasionally, I've heard Americans use it to describe a guest house. Somebody has a big mansion and they have a little house outside separate. It could be called the guest house or the bungalow, because it's like it's a very small house. So all I know for sure, it has no second floor.
Yeah.
So again, even I'm confused about some of these
Yeah.
a little bit, because we don't call it that in American English.
Because before when I worked for a construction company and we built a resort, so they call those house on those villas on the hills, though they were bungalows. So I felt a little confused at the beginning.
Okay, so you see the terminologies are all different. Another place that, see, this is actually a confusing topic.
Yeah.
Well, you built a resort and you called them bungalows. Well, okay, in resorts, when we have individual little houses for people to take vacations in, Americans call them bungalows. Or villas. Villas or bungalows, interchangeable.
Yeah.
But it's more of a marketing idea than an architectural, structural idea. Do you understand?
So
The
you mean they
reason
want to name it? They want to name it that way.
they want to name it whatever they want to name it so they can sell it as a concept. If they think villa sounds better, they'll call it a villa. Oh, we have some beautiful villas on the hillside. We have some lovely, cozy bungalows. Villas just has a marketing appeal, at least for Americans, of sounding Mediterranean and a little exotic. European, wine and olives, and it invokes an idea. Bungalow invokes an idea of cozy English, have some tea, drink from a porcelain teacup kind of idea.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. So
Yeah.
now it's very interesting to talk about this because it's very true. What we call it sometimes, really, it could be called many different names, but it's more the concept than the actual physical structure. Okay. The next one I know, however, Ken, do you know the next one over here, Ken, on the right?
Yes. Ice house. Inuit house.
No. Let me show you the
Mhm.
let me show you the choices here.
Igloo, I think.
There you go. An igloo. It is made of ice blocks,
Mhm.
okay, but it's called an igloo. Have you ever seen an igloo or been in an igloo?
No, never. But northern part of Japan, sometimes people build this type of house, kind of small room by snow, or maybe for the festival or something.
Like for a festival or something like that. Yeah. Build with
Build with
snow.
snow.
Yeah. You build with concrete, built with wood, built with concrete, built with whatever. Built by who built it? Built by Eskimos.
Snow.
Okay, like that. So by is the who and with is the how.
Mhm.
As far as the prepositions. Okay. Yeah. I was an avid skier back when I lived in the United States, and we actually built an igloo every year on the very top of a mountain so that we could go up there and rest, even spend the night, and then ski down. It was pretty cool. It would inevitably get covered with snow. We would have to dig for it. So that was exciting. But anyway, they are amazing. They take work to build, but amazingly comfortable and warm once you get them built.
Mhm.
It's really quite amazing. Uh, okay, Carolina.
Okay, I'm here.
Next one here. What is this construction on the far left?
I think it's a skyscraper.
A skyscraper. Okay.
Okay.
I think you're correct. Carolina, be a little careful. This is a two-word noun. Okay. So
Okay.
skyscraper. You go high, low, like
Ha,
baseball.
okay.
Skyscraper.
Skyscraper.
That's much better. Sounds much better. Okay, we do that with compound nouns, any compound nouns, and there are lots of them.
Okay.
Doorknob, notebook, cell phone, air conditioner, lots of them.
Okay.
So yeah, but yes, you are correct.
Good tip.
Uh,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Carolina, what is the tallest skyscraper you have ever been in?
In 2012, I went to Australia. In
Hmm.
Melbourne, there is a famous building. The name is I can't remember, but it's about 18 floors.
It's what? Sorry, I missed the very last
It
part.
it has 18 floors.
80?
Eight
80?
yeah 88 80 88.
88. Oh, okay. 88 floors. Ah,
Yes,
okay. That's a
and
pretty big
it
one.
was amazing. Yes, it's really amazing.
Cool. Did you go on the roof?
No, because I feel scared. Yeah,
Okay.
it's only and there is an special lift. That
Uh-huh.
leaf is only made with glass, and
Ah,
it's really scary because when you go inside the leaf, everything is dark, and then they turn on the light, or and you can see um, on the floor the
ah.
city
You can see
because
through the floor.
through the floor the city.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds great. I would love to do that.
No, I was terrified.
Sounds great to me. That sounds cool. Okay, made with glass, or you could say it's made of glass.
Made of glass.
Usually when we talk about a little bit smaller objects, okay, a pencil is made of wood. Usually, generally, of or with will work, but generally bigger things it's made with, and smaller things are made of. But I don't know, elevator somewhere in the middle anyway.
The name of that building, I search is Eureka Tower.
Again?
Eureka
Eureka?
Tower. Yeah.
Eureka?
Yeah.
That's a great name. Okay. That's fun. Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you for sharing that. That was great. Let me welcome a student. Yeah, Eureka. Wow, that's funny. You know, Eureka. That's when you're surprised. That's an expression of surprise or shock or amazement. Eureka! I found gold. Eureka. Interesting. That's very interesting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was amazing experience.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, there's another student that has joined us. Is it Fog?
Yeah.
Okay. It is Fog. Okay, should I call you Fog?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Cool. Where are you from, Fog?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Okay, Fog. I'm gonna have you take a look at this next picture here. What is this thing? What is this here?
May I have some options?
Yes, you may. Absolutely. Okay, let me.
Maybe a cottage.
Nope, not a cottage.
Cottage, a small house, I think.
Cottage is very small house. Yes.
Yeah, it is not a tower. It is not a igloo. It is not a tent. It is not a cottage. It is not a skyscraper. It is not a warehouse. Sorry. I don't know. It is one of these words I just gave birth.
Almost process of elimination. You almost have it. Normally, animals live here, not people.
So I think maybe bar.
Barn. Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. Barn. That's what it is. Okay. And normally animals, not people, would live in this, but yeah, it's called a barn. And I just have to tell you guys that this picture looks like it could have been taken where I'm from, in my home state. This looks very much like where I'm from. See a lot of these red barns with the silver roof and the beautiful colored leaves in the background. That's definitely making me homesick there. That looks exactly like where I'm from.
I see this picture a lot in cowboys movies.
Okay.
Teacher, they call that what?
Barn.
Barn, okay.
Yeah. The whole place where this is located is most certainly going to be a farm. Certainly, you don't have a barn where you don't have a farm. Yeah, so a barn would be located on a farm. And there would be fields growing some kind of crops and possibly animals in the barn. Possibly the barn may be full of food for animals, like hay. Yeah. Philip, take a little ride south. Go to Vermont. You'll see this. You'll see this everywhere. Sorry? I'm sorry? Go ahead.
Sorry, but I have a question.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Go ahead.
Barn. Yeah, barn. Should we keep food or animals inside it?
Either. Could be either. Or both, for that matter. Could be it's full of cows in there.
Thank you.
Sometimes there are 3 floors. There's an upper floor where they will store the fodder or the food for animals. Fodder. they'll store it up above, and then the middle floor will have cows or something, and then there's sometimes there's a basement floor.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, where they may keep equipment and such. Okay, next one. Ha, back to you. What's this place?
I think it's the warehouse.
Where? It's an air, like
Warehouse.
air. Be awfully careful how you pronounce that. Okay, warehouse.
Warehouse.
Warehouse. Okay, definitely. What's a warehouse for? Ha.
It's it's her equipment or
Yeah, it's storage. It's
store.
commercial store commercial storage for companies. It's where they keep their inventory, where they keep their products that they sell. Usually, you know, they make the product, it goes to the warehouse, and then they ship it from the warehouse. Okay. What's this next one, David?
Yes. Looks like a mansion.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
What do we have? What are my choices? Let's see.
Definitely, it's a matter of perspective.
Right, like it's a big house. Must be like a what? Like a.
Yeah. Let's see. I hate this one. I'm pretty sure I know which one they mean, but
Maybe a terrace house? I don't know.
no.
No, because no. It should be just a house.
It looks like just a house. Okay, it
Is
looks
like
very
a cottage?
big.
Like a cottage?
I think they're calling this a cottage. Now, I think of
It's
a
too
cottage.
big.
That's what I was going to say. It looks too big to be a cottage, but the style of the house, there would be, I don't know, kind of cozy and the flowers and the garden and such. Although it looks a lot like the cottage in. Have you seen the movie Maleficent?
Not yet.
No?
Not yet.
Anybody see that movie, Maleficent? It's a good movie.
Yeah, I have many times.
See, now this looks a lot like the cottage where the girl grows up with the three fairies, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It does. All right, it looks like the cottage from the movie, so that's how I knew that it must be a cottage.
Yeah, but I know a cottage from another movie as well. That is The Holiday. Do you know that? The Holiday, yeah, the movie of Kate Winslet and some actors.
They switch places. One goes to California and one goes to the cottage. That one.
Yeah. And the girl from London, she lives in a cottage like this.
And it's very small, right?
Yeah, very small, but I like it because it is very beautiful.
Very beautiful, cute, and cozy cottage.
Cozy,
I
like that.
I think it's more about the style than anything. But wait, what do we have here? Victor, what is this? What are these? What is this?
Can I see the options, please?
Sure, absolutely. Hang on. It can be confusing sometimes. We can consider some of these to be one of two things.
I don't know. Maybe apartment block too.
Maybe what? Sorry.
Apartment block.
Okay. Now, okay. Is it? I agree. I'm slightly confused. Is it a tower, a skyscraper, or an apartment block? Now, I'm with you there. It looks like these are big buildings which are all apartments, in which case I'm with you, Victor. And as an American, I would definitely call it an apartment block. Okay, or a block of apartments. But I don't know. You could also refer to it as a skyscraper. The one up above that Carolina was talking about, the one on the left here, could be a tower because it's very tall and narrow, or it could be a skyscraper. I guess it depends who's describing it. So I think you can see that that frequently how's the same building can be described different ways. All right. I would agree with you, Victor, that since these buildings seem to be matching, and there seems to be 2 or 3 of them, for an American, this would be an apartment block, even though they're very tall buildings.
How many floors have a apartment block?
Well, at least 2. Otherwise, it's just an apartment building. For an American, anyway, an apartment block is going to consist of more than one building. So it could be just 2, but normally they, when they develop an area for apartments, they put more than 2. Not always. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's look at the last 2 here. Ignacio. Okay. Now this one is clear to me. Okay. This one, not this one, but this one.
Okay. Well, let me see my option, please.
No. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, now this one I know. Can only be one thing.
Yeah, we're using many of this option.
Yeah, and we use some for 2. There's one that we really didn't use. A couple.
Shed?
No, we use the shed. That's a small building. Nobody really lives in a shed. It's for your tools.
Yeah. But I know I think it's really look like a mansion.
It's a mansion? Okay, here's the thing. Let me help you out. In this building in the middle, 2 families live here. Notice if you drew a line down the middle.
Okay, so it's Terrace House?
Not Terrace, not terraced. 2 apartments are exactly the same. So they would sorry, the Brits would call it a semi-detached. Okay.
Okay.
All right, semi, like half and half. You can think of semi like that. Americans, I didn't even know what this word meant. I am very familiar with this. I used to own one of these in America. It's a duplex for an American.
Okay.
And the idea is 2. So one family lives on each side, again, with a mirror image. Now, finally, Philip.
Teacher?
Yes. Philip, last picture here.
I think it's a block of apartment.
Yeah, well, okay, for North Americans, that would be, because we don't have this word. For Brits, they call it terraced houses.
Okay.
Americans, you would call it an apartment, a block of apartments, or you would call it a development. We call an area where somebody spends a lot of money and makes a lot of apartments. We can call it a development or developed housing.
Okay.
Okay, where they all look the same. If somebody builds a place for 100 people to live and every building looks the same, that's a development, for an American at least. Okay, this is what we call, of what the Brits call terraced housing. It's just a repeat. Okay, maybe, you have whatever, 4 or 5 windows, and then that's the basic pattern, and then it just repeats all down the street. Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, here we go. Where do you live? Look, here's more examples. Here, more examples. Okay. What would we call these? I live in a. All right. V, what do you live in?
I'm living in a house, but it doesn't look like anyone in this list.
Yeah. Okay.
So I really have a problem here. Let me choose the most familiar one.
Uh,
Maybe it looks like the second one, but I don't have that big yard. I don't have that big yard.
okay. A yard. Okay, very good. The grass out in front. Grass, maybe a garden, maybe not. Maybe a. What's this called here, V? The
The
road that
the
goes up
road,
to the house. Do
the
you know what that's
entrance,
called?
the entrance
No. Uh, nope. It has a specific name. It's called the driveway.
driveway.
Sometimes just the drive. Okay. So, all right. So this one in the middle here, that's probably the closest. What is it? If you look at the on the right here, V. What? We're looking at another different picture, another idea of it. Okay, we only have 6 this time. So which one do you think it is?
And so is that it is like no. Detached house.
Okay, maybe,
Because
maybe,
I think
but
there are two cars connected with each other.
uh, okay. Uh, all right. It may be. See, now I think we can call this many things. This middle picture here that V is discussing, I think you can call it a detached house, or American a single family dwelling. This style of house is very common in the United States. It's called a ranch, or a ranch house, or just a ranch, or a ranch style house.
Oh, what does range mean?
Well, okay. The old meaning is it is a farm in the West where cowboys would keep cattle, beef for eating, and horses. But that's the old meaning. In this meaning, this style of house right here in the middle, in the upper middle, for an American, that is very clearly and obviously a ranch house. It's a ranch style house. The style is just called ranch. Again,
But
you know,
if we apply for a house, so we call a ranch house or just a ranch?
ranch
A ranch,
style house would be clearer.
yeah, a ranch style house.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you don't get confused with cowboy movies, I suppose. But if you're talking to a real estate agent in America, they would just say, "Oh, we have a lovely ranch that's in a secluded area." Okay, I know that they're probably not talking about an actual, 500,000 acre ranch with 800 heads of cattle. They're probably talking about a little house like this. Now, as far as these pictures are concerned, by process of elimination, and I know you have some experience, you're probably going to disagree with me, but clearly the one in the bottom right is a cottage, right? Which the next one to it is obviously a semi-detached house or a duplex because it's a mirror image of itself. It has to be that. So that leaves, and the top right is clearly in a block of flats, or as Americans would say, an apartment building, although I see another one right behind it. So fine, a block of flats. The one on the top left is clearly terraced housing, where they go along in a long row and they look the same, even though they've painted them different colors. It's the same style. That's clearly terraced housing, which means the middle picture you're looking at and the one in the bottom left have to be either a semi-detached house or a bungalow. And the only thing I know about a bungalow is it doesn't have 2 floors. So even though this doesn't really look like the first picture we looked at, apparently for Brits this is a bungalow. Okay, there you go. So I know it's a little confusing, but there you go. Ken, which style of house is closest to where you live?
Maybe this one too. But yeah, same as me. The garden is not so large like this.
Okay, the one in the top middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
same picture. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, again, I think that's what they're calling a bungalow. Yeah.
But the architecture style is different, kind of mixed of style, Western, Japanese style.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
not exactly like this.
Right. So it can be very confusing talking about what kind of building we live in, obviously, because even myself, there's so many different architectural styles. It can be, well, is it a villa or a cottage or a bungalow or a single family dwelling? All right. It obviously can be a little difficult. Because we're running out of time and there's some pretty cool other vocabulary I want to introduce you to. I'm going to move on here. Actually, okay, Ken, go ahead. It's got, all right. Let's look at the pictures here. What is this first picture on the left? And here is the right. You can choose from a
bay window.
Very, very good. A big window that juts out or sticks out. It's a bay window. Great. Carolina. Oh, look.
Yes,
The next one. A lift. It's a glass one.
Yeah, it was a glass one. Yeah.
It's your favorite, Carolina. A glass elevator.
My favorite lift.
Okay. Of course, Americans call it an elevator, not a lift. Brits, different word there. All right. Okay. Does where you live have an elevator or a lift?
No. I live in a house.
Okay.
House.
So no elevator. All right.
No elevator.
Okay. Fog. What's this next thing here on the right? What is that a picture of?
This is a fireplace.
Indeed it is. Do you have a fireplace?
Actually, there was in our old house, but no more. No anymore.
Not anymore. But you did have a fireplace. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fireplaces are nice. They're enjoyable, but they're more to look at than anything else. Yeah.
Because here it is very hot. Okay.
Yeah.
So we just use it in the winter season.
Right. Well, everywhere, even in North America and Canada, you don't need a fire in the summer. So yeah, fireplaces are generally used in the winter. But the truth is, they're more for atmosphere and looks than heat. They actually, because they suck the air out and up the chimney, they actually don't provide heat. That's a fallacy. It's not true. They're actually sucking heat out of your house. They don't really do a lot to heat the house. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
This on the lower left. What is this feature of a house?
Maybe an attic.
An attic. Very good. Now you live in a house, a single family dwelling. Do you have an attic?
No. My house had one floor, not an attic.
There's not an attic. Yeah. Yeah, attics are great. People store things in the attic, things that they don't use in a certain season, or things old things they put away. But also, an attic is also used to regulate the temperature of your house. It helps to insulate it, keep it warm in the winter. It also helps to keep it cool in the summer. I'm surprised by. It really does help with controlling the temperature in a house. I don't know why more people don't have an attic, frankly. David, what's this next feature next to the attic?
Wooden floors.
Yes. Do you like wooden floors?
Yeah, yeah, especially when it's when you live in a cold climate.
Mm.
You know, it's nicer than having what is called what's the opposite of wooden floors?
I don't know. Are you talking about? Well, you could have wooden floors. You could have carpeted floors, which are
no
also
carpet. The other one with the
tiles.
Tiles. There we go.
Yeah.
Tiles.
Yeah, many hot countries, the floors are tiled. Where
Tiles.
I live,
Yeah.
my floors
Yeah.
are
I live it too. I have tiles and have
Me
wooden
too.
floors. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to. When I lived in the United States, I had lovely wooden floors. They're a lot of work. You have to sand them and coat them, and you have to take care of them.
Right. But they look nice.
But they do look nice. Okay. Let's look at the next thing here. Victor, with the arrow. What is this? What is this? What are they referring to? The arrow is pointing to the top.
I don't know. Maybe a lift?
No, that's the middle top. That's an elevator or a lift. They're referring to. Look at how tiny the chairs look. See, there's like 1 floor, 2 floors. This house where the picture is taken has got. No?
I don't know.
High ceilings. So when we describe a house, we often talk about this feature. Many countries with hot weather, the buildings have in tropical countries have high ceilings. So as to
okay. It's the distance between the floor and ceiling.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Generally, if you can jump up and touch the ceiling, they're not high ceilings. But if there's no way you could touch the ceiling by running and jumping, just one way to think about it. Okay, these are in this picture. There are very high ceilings. I mean, look at the chairs. The chairs look tiny here. These are really high ceilings. These are crazy high. Okay, and the last one here. This Ignacio. This is a what?
I think it's what? A balcony.
Balcony. First syllable.
Yeah, balcony. It's a balcony.
Balcony. Very good. Yes. Recently in California, there was like 20 people on a balcony. Did you hear about that in the news?
And
the balcony fell off. Not good. Yeah, not good. So don't do that. All you people out there, do not try to put 20 people on a balcony. It's not good. All right. Let's see if, all right, quickly, see if how would you describe this first picture as an adjective? Philip, the first picture with this, I don't know, green kitchen, it is what?
Like cupboard.
Is it spacious, cramped, modern, old-fashioned?
It's cramped.
You think it's a little cramped? Well, I think there's a better one for cramped. This one here looks cramped.
Okay.
Definitely cramped.
Okay.
I would say it's a little old-fashioned.
Yes.
The old-style cupboards where you put your dishes and glasses and the black and white tiles.
It's old-fashioned. Yes.
Yeah, old-fashioned. As opposed to the next one, V. this green, whatever it is. How would you describe this one?
It is a modern.
Looks like a spaceship.
Spacious, but I think spacious for
It's
the
also
bungalow.
spacious.
Yeah, but the last one is more spacious than the second, I think.
Sure. I think the two pictures, this could be spacious. This is definitely the spacious, most certainly, and certainly that is cramped, and this is very modern. Right. It's a little too modern for me. Looks like a spaceship. I don't really want to live somewhere where I feel like I'm going to open the door and be sucked out into the atmosphere or no atmosphere. Okay. Anyway, all right. At least we got through all the material. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much, but hopefully I introduced you to some good and useful vocabulary. However, I'm out of time, so thank you, everyone, very much for your participation.
Thank you.
See you next time.